MacDonald as Fessy, Freddie Rabassa as Antonio and Curio, John Rabassa as Malvolio, Atlas Richardson as Sebastian, Julia Robertson as Fabian, Katie Rogers as Mariah and Officer 2, James Sanford as Sir Andrew Aguichi, Jesse Timmons as Orsino, and special appearance by Julia Geisert as the servant. And I'm Ben Adams. The play takes place in the nation of Illyria in a time of counts and countesses, knights and knaves, love and loss, and cakes and ale. Act 1. Scene 1. We begin in the court of Duke, also known as Count Orsino, where we find him lounging, surrounded by attendants. Orsino's musicians, including one named Curio, conclude their song.
If music be the food of love, play on! Give me excess of it, that, surfeiting, the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like that sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more! 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea. Naught enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute, so full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when my eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since did pursue.
Valentine, Orsino's head servant, returns from an assignment.
How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloisters, she will veiled walk and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this, to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart, that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother? How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her, when liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied, and filled her sweet perfections with one self-king? Away! Before me to sweet bed of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Scene 2, the sea coast, where a small driving boat has been pulled ashore by lucky survivors, exhausted sailors, and their captain. Among them, a young woman. Her expensive traveling gown, now sullied by the sea, pulls one of the salvaged luggage pieces from the boat. Her name is Viola. The bag she found bears the embroidered name Sebastian. Her eyes scan the island where she now finds herself. The captain approaches her.
What friend's country is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
What should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowning. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
My poor brother. And so perchance may he be?
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope, both teaching of the practice to a strong mass that lived upon the sea, where like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold.
She pays him.
Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy search serves for authority, the like of him. Knowst thou this country?
I, madam, well, where I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
Noble Duke, and nature has a name,
What's his name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father mention him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For a month ago I went hence, and then 'twas fresh and murmur, as you know what the great ones do, the less noble prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
Oh, a virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company in sight of man.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I've made my own occasion mellow, what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the Duke's.
There is a fair behavior in the captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close on pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as happily shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else may have to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, let mine eye not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
Scene 3. A deserted downstairs kitchen in the Countess Olivia's house. Maria, the Countess's waiting gentlewoman, hurriedly ushers in Sir Toby Belch, Olivia's uncle, though sometimes they say cousin, who returns from a night of drinking.
What a plague means my niece to take the breath and death of her brother thus? I'm sure care's an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier a nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why let her accept before accepted?
Why, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Oh, Sir Andrew Aguesy?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any's in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie, that you'll say so. He plays the viol de gamble. It speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book. And hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are
They that add moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
with drinking health to my niece? I'll drink to her as long as there is a passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn to the toe, like a perished top. What, wench? Castigliano Volgo, here comes Sir Andrew Anyplace.
Sir Andrew Aguesy arrives wearing fancy clothes selected to indicate wealth and a wig of straight blonde hair that he believes no one notices is a wig.
Sir Toby Belch! How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
Oh, what's that?
Got my niece's chamber.
Oh, good mistress accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress Mary accost.
You mistake. Accost is funter. Boy, wooer, a sailor.
Oh, by my troth, I would not undertake her in this company.
And thou let
Is that the meaning of a
you well, gentlemen.
And thou that part so, mistress. Then thou that part so, with that mightst never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress, would never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Oh, sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
He offers her hand, his hand, she takes it.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
She holds his hand toward her breast.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir. I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Mariah and Toby share a knowing smirk as she leaves them. Andrew remains confused.
Oh, knight, thou lackst a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian, where an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I have bestowed that time in the tongues I have in fencing and dancing and bear baiting. Oh, but had I followed the arts,
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
why would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
No, but it becomes me well enough, does it not?
Yeah, excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll be home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Hey,
Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-1 shall none of me. The Count himself here hard why woos her.
She'll none of the count. She'll not match above her degree. Neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear 't. Tut! There's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
Oh, as any man in Illyria, whatever he shall be, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence? And a galliard, knight.
Oh, faith, I can cut a capo.
And I can cut the button too.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things here too? Wherefore are these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust like Mistress Mall's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a caronto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a safe place. What does that mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a galleon.
Oh, aye, 'tis strong. And it does indifferent well in a flame-colored stock. Shall we set above some revels?
And what shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's sides and heart.
Oh, no, sir. It is legs and thighs.
Oh.
Let me see thee, Cable.
Sir Andrew dances horribly with total confidence.
Excellent.
Scene 4. Orsino's palace. Viola, now dressed in some of her brother's clothes, checks the hanging of her new sword in one of Orsino's many, many mirrors. She turns to profile and finds Valentine in the reflection, watching, judging.
If the Duke continue these favors toward you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he constant, sir, in his favors?
No. Believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Orsino glides in, accompanied by his entourage.
Who saw Cesario? Ho!
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors, and tell them, there thy fixed foot shall grow, till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she will never admit me.
Be clamorous, and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in Nuncio's more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. For they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will. For I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortune thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a mournful strife, whoe'er I woo myself would be his wife.
Scene 5. The main hall of Lady Olivia's house. Feste, a fool, but only in the courtly sense, one whose very job is to criticize and amuse and occasionally sing, enters calmly, followed by Delilah in a huff.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang me for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was from, of I fear no colors.
Where could Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that may you be so bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent. Or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You are resolute then?
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
After good faith, Maria. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely. You were best.
Maria leaves Feste too.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. Oh, what say Carnopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit.
The Countess Olivia, dressed all in black, drifts mournfully into the room, followed by her attendants. At her side, her stalwart steward, the rigid and fastidious, cheer-free Malvolio, whose chain of office hangs proudly around his neck.
God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear her, fellows? Take away the lady.
Too, you are a dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there is no true couple but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade, take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprison in the highest degree. Lady, coculus non facit monicum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Extremely good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, from want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Well, sir, good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen!
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do to the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise, doth ever make a better fool.
That send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I'm no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you're no fool.
I'll say you to that, Malvolio.
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest. I take these wise men that crow so at this set kind of fools no better than the fools zanies.
You are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in a loud fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
When now Mercury do thee with Lucy, for thou speakest well of fools.
Maria returns.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fight on him.
Maria heads off to do as she's told.
Go, you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick, or not at home, or what you will to dismiss it.
Malvolio follows Maria off, and Olivia turns to Festa.
Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, who scold Jove cram with brains for... Here he comes, one of my kin has a most weak young otter.
Sir Toby Belch stumbles in from the way the others went out.
By my honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman. What gentleman?
Tis a gentleman. Plague of these pickle herring.
Into Feste's face.
How now, sot?
Good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lattery! I defy lattery. There's one at the gate.
Aye, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil, that will. I care not. Give me faith, I say. It's all one.
Sir Toby stumbles off.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third throws him.
Go thou and seek the coroner, and let him sit on my cuz, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
And he's but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Feste does as he's bid, just as Malvolio returns. As they pass each other, it's a stare down, ending with a wink from Feste and a sneer from Malvolio, who then addresses Olivia.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not Speak with me.
Has been told so. And he shall so mend it stand at your door like a sheriff's post, and be the supporter to a bench. God, he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
Very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
What personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for man, or young enough for boy. As a squash it is before 'tis a peas cod, or a codling is when 'tis almost an apple. It is with him in standing water between boy and man. Very well favored, and speaks very surely. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlemen, my lady calls.
Malvolio exits, passing Mariah on her way in. He tries to engage her in a stare down, but Mariah ignores him and approaches her later.
Give me my veil. Come throw it o'er my face.
Mariah, veil always at the ready, positions it on Olivia.
Will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
Viola, as Cesario, enters to find a cluster of attendants surrounding veiled Olivia.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it.
They laugh.
Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question is out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. Yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon with me to make one and so skipping the dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
Mariah shows Viola the door.
No, good swabber. I am to hold here a little longer. Some multiplication for your giant sweet lady.
Tell me your mind.
I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hands. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears divinity, to any other's profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity.
All exit except for Olivia and Viola.
Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
Oh, comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was as present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in a grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you were the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips, indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so on and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could but be recompensed, though you were crowned the non-Corella beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, groans that thunder love, sighs fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him, yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, and voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and shape of nature, a gracious person, and yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flames, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabinet, Brigade. Call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of condemned love and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hallow your names to the reverberate hills and the babbling gossip of the air cry, Livia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might too much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I'm a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
Olivia offers Viola a small but heavy pouch of gold.
I'm no feed post, lady, keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
Viola leaves, and Olivia...
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. But soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, oh, how now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfection with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Olivia pulls a ring off of her finger, freeing it just in time for Malvolio to arrive.
Here, madam, at your service.
She hands him the ring.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him, would I or not. Tell him all, none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, not hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him the reason for it. Hide you, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
On his way out, Malvolio inspects the ring and scoffs at its quality.
I do not know what in fear to find. Mine eye too great a flatterer of my mind. Fate show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Into Act 1. There'll be a 2-minute break. Act 2. Scene 1. Just outside a small coastal village, 2 young men embrace. Sebastian, Viola's identical twin, dressed identically to his twin sister Cesario disguise, pulls awkwardly but politely away from Antonio, an eager-eyed sailor who squeezes extra tightly one last time before finally letting go.
Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no! My stars shine darkly over me. The legacy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I shall crave of you your leave that I may bear my evils alone. It were bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you whither you are bound.
No, sooth sir, my determinate voyage is mere extravagancy.
Antonio nods and backs away.
But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me, then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Mezzaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been so pleased, we would have so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For For some hour before you took me from the breach of sea was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she might resemble me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, yet I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
Antonio watches Sebastian go, reaches out an arm after him.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee.
I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so that danger shall seem sport, and I shall go.
Antonio runs off after him. Scene 2. Malvolio catches up with Viola in the street on her way back to Orsino's.
Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace have I since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you. You might have saved me my pains to have taken away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into desperate assurance she'll none of him. And one more thing, that you never be so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it to be report that your lord's taken of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, I'll none of it.
Come, sir. You peevishly threw it to her, and her will is that it should be so returned.
Malvolio throws the ring at Viola, it bounces off her chest before she can catch it and lands in the street between them.
If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it place it finds it.
He goes back the way he came.
I
Viola
left
stoops, picking up the ring, examines.
no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me! Sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring? Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Skies, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the prop or false in woman's waxen hearts to set their form? Alas, the frailty is the cause, not we. Such as we are made of, such we be. Oh, how will this fudge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, and alas, the day. Thriftless sighs should poor Olivia breathe. Time, thou must untangle this, not I. It's too hard a knot for me to untie.
Scene 3. Olivia's house. The after midnight silence in the downstairs rooms of Olivia's house is broken by Sir Toby bursting in and Sir Andrew dragging behind after another long night of drinking and reveling.
Approach, Sir Andrew, approach. Not to be in bed after midnight is to be up at times. Angelico sorgere.
Nay, by my troth I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. Be up after midnight, and to go to bed then is early. So then to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our lives consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink, Marion, I say, a stoop of wine.
Vesti enters and assesses the scene.
Oh, here comes the fool of faith.
Ah, now, my hearts, did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome, Mass. Now, let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shillings, I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. Also, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night when thou spoke of Pigrammatis and Fabians passing the equitial of Cubis. 'Twas very good, I think. I sent thee 6pence for thy lyman, hence.
I did in petticoats. I got gratillity, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock, and my lady has a white hand, and the myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent! Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Oh, now a song.
Sir Toby pays Vesti.
Come in. There is 6pence for you. Let's have a song.
Andrew pays Vesti.
There's a testrel of me too, if one might give out.
Would you have another song, or a song of good life?
A love song. A love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, Mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweetie, journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Oh, a mellifluous voice as I am true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious of faith.
To hear by the nose, it is dulcet and contagious. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I am dog and a cat.
My lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, knight. I shall be constrained to call thee knave, knight.
'Tis not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good, come, begin.
Here. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave.
Mariah bursts in.
Hold thy peace, thou
If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My ladies of the thing. We 3 are politicians. Malvolio's a peg Ramsey. And 3 merry men beauty. Am I not consequent? Tilly Valley lady. There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady.
It's roomy. The night's an admirable fooling.
Oh, he does well enough if he disposed. And so do I too. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural.
The 12th day of December.
Malvolio enters, wearing a red and night and also his chain of arms.
Are you mad? What are you? Have you no wit, manners, no honesty, but to go like tinkers this time of night? You make an alehouse my lady's house, where you squeak out your coziest catches without any mitigations and remorse of voice. Is there no respect of place, persons, or time in you?
We did keep time, sir. And our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me to tell you that though she
harbors you as her kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and would please to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby. His eyes do show his days are almost done.
It's so,
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
Shall I bid him go?
Ah, what and if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, you dare not.
How did you, sir, ye lie? Or any more than this? Steward, dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ales?
Yes, sir. By St. Anne and Ginger shall be closed out too.
Thou art of the right.
Toby bids Festy going and Festy exits on a high.
Go rub your jail drums, sir. A scoop of wine.
Amolio turns to Maria in her face.
Mistress Miriam, if you prize my lady's favor anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. You shall know of it by this hand.
He storms out.
Go shake your ears!
You're as good at eating to drink when a man's hungry. To challenge him the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay word and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Tell us something of it.
Marry, sir, sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that I'd beat him like a dog.
What for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectionate ass that cons state without book and utters it by great swaths, the best persuaded of himself, so crammed, he thinks, with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him, and on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly impersonated. I can write very like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Oh, excellent, I smell the device.
I have in mind those two.
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, will be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with him. I will plant you two and let Fabian make a third, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night to bed and dream on the event. Farewell.
Maria leaves them.
Good night, Apprentice Soleil.
Oh, before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
Oh, I was adored once too.
Let's to bed. Thou hast need send for more money.
Yeah, if I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul man.
No, send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come. I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight, come.
Scene 4. Duke Orsino's palace. He lounges, fanned and fed by bored attendants. His new favorite, the boy Cesario, stands aside and can't take her eyes off of him.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Well, who was it?
Festi, the jester, my lord, a fool that the lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Seek him out and play the tune, what?
Curio begins his search for Festi while the others play.
Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish, and all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
Gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly, my life upon it. Young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor,
What kind of woman is it?
of your complexion,
She is not worth thee, then. What years, I think?
about your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself, who wears, so she wears to him. So sways she level in her husband's heart, for boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flowers, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
So they are. Alas, they are so. Die even when they to perfection grow.
Curio returns with Festi.
Oh, fellow, come. This song we heard last night, mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun and the free maids that weave there thread with bones and do use to chant it. It is silly, sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love. Like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Ah, prithee, sing. Come away, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I'm slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you. Oh, prepare it, my part of death, no one so true. Did share it, not a flower sweet. On my black coffin, let there be strewn, not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me where sad true lover never finds my grave to weep.
Orsino pays Festi.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. Pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give now me leave to leave thee.
Now, melancholy God protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea that their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere, for that it's that always makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Festi exits.
Let all the rest give place.
Orsino waves off all attendants except Cesario.
Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her, I hold as giddily as fortune. But It is that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so answered.
Sir, but you must! Say that some lady, perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bind the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver but the palate, that suffer surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is as all hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
But I know!
What dost thou know?
Too well what love woman to men may owe. In faith, there is true part as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man. As it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
What's your story?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought. She sat like patience on the monument, smiling at grief. Is not this love indeed?
We men may say more, I swear more.
But our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house. And all the brothers, too. Can I know that? Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste, and give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place. High, no denying.
Viola takes the jewel to give to her beloved's beloved. Scene 5. In one of Olivia's many gardens, Sir Toby and Sir Andrew are now joined by Fabian, another of Olivia's house staff, who also must daily endure Malvolio.
Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
An exalt man. You know he brought me out of favour with my lady about a bear-bait.
And to anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it is the pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain.
Maria enters in a rush, a folded letter in her hand.
How now, my metal Olivia?
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him, close in the name of jesting.
Toby, Andrew, and Fabian quickly hide together in a box tree a little distance away where they can see what's happening. Maria drops the letter in the path.
Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with the tickling.
Malvolio appears, headed in that direction. Acting casual, Maria continues on her way, unable to hide now lest she be seen doing so, leaving Malvolio to believe he's alone with us.
'Tis misfortune. All this fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near, that should she fancy should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. Should I think of it?
Here's an overweening arose.
Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumage.
Slider can so beat the road.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
Oh, rogue!
Pistol and pistol.
There is example for it. The lady distraction married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Jezebel.
Oh, he's deeply in. Look how his imagination blows him.
Oh.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
Stone bow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me in my branch velvet gown, having come from the daybed where I left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
And then to have the humorous state, after demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs. To to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Books and shackles.
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown a while and perchance wind my watch or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Jealous fellow live.
Let not silence be drawn from thy ears, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of
Does
control,
not Toby take you a blow in the lips?
saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes have cast on your knees. Give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Thou scandal.
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warned you.
One Sir Andrew.
Ha! I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Malvolio sees the letter on the ground.
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
And the spirit of humors intimate reading aloud to him.
Malvolio picks up the letter, first inspecting the writing on the back.
I might like this as my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's and her T's. And thus she makes a great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. What's that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Oh, her very phrases. Oh, I could leave wax. Soft, and the impression her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. It is my lady. To whom should this be?
This crimson liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? The lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio.
Mary, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife, with the blood that struck my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, I say.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed?
With what wingless ten your checks added?
I may command where I adore. Why should we command me? I serve her, she is my lady. Why, this is evident in any formal capacity. There is no obstruction on this. In the end, what should that alphabetical position pretend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that he has now had a cold scent.
Santa will cry upon for all this. Even though it be as rank as a fox.
Malvolio. Yeah, I think is my name.
Oh, did I not say he'd work it out? This cur is excellent at faults.
But there's no consonant in the sequel that suffers under probation. E should follow, but O does.
And O shall end it.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry. Oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and if you had any eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortune before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former. Yet, crush this a little. Bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. So, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open thy hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with the kinsmen, surly with the servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest me so, yes. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy the touch of fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovered not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. That's Toby. I will wash off a gross acquaintance. I will be point device, the very man. I do not fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites me to this. My lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my lady in cross-garter, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout in my yellow stockings and cross-garter, even with the swiftness of putting them on. Jove and my stars be praised. Oh, here's a postscript. Now, canst not choose to know who I am? If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence, still smile, my dear sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything thou will have of me.
Malvolio exits a new spring in his step. Once the others are sure he's gone,
I will not get my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I couldn't marry this wench for this device.
Oh, so could I too.
And ask no other dowry with her but such another.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble God.
Oh,
Uriah returned to the suppressed haste.
Wilt thou set thy foot in my neck?
or mine either.
Shall I claim my freedom and trade trip and become thy bond slave?
In faith, or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vit with a middle.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
Against some Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
And they go off together. End of Act 2. There will now be a 10-minute intermission. You'll hear bells and ring Act 3. Scene 1. Afternoon in Olivia's front garden. Just outside the entrance to the main house, Festi sits playing on his tabor, a drum, with his hat out for tips. Viola, Cesario, sees the fool and decides to cheer herself up before again having to deal with Olivia.
Save thee, friends, thy precept and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir. I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church. For I do live in my house, and my house does stand by the church.
So thou mayst say the king lies by a beggar if a beggar dwell near him. Or the church stands by the tabor if thy tabor stand by the church.
You have said, sir. To see this age, a sentence is but a shovel glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned out.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir? Her name's a word. And to dally with a word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals since fond's disgrace them.
Thy reason, man?
Troll, sir, I can yield you none without words. And words have grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warned thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that to be care for nothing, sir, it would make you invisible.
Are not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, thou pass upon me. I'll no more of thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Viola tips Vesti a coin.
Now Jove and his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee I'm almost sick for one. I would not have it grow on my chin. Is that lady within?
Vesti looks at the coin and shows it to Viola.
Would not a pair of these have bred, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
Viola tips him another coin.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir. Begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will construe them whence you come, who you are, and what you would, or out of my welcome. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
Vesti goes into the house, leaving Viola alone with us.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well praise a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons and the time, and like the haggard, checketh every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. The folly that he wisely shows as fit, wise men, folly fallen, quite change their wits.
So as Toby and Andrew emerge from the house, hungover and on their way to attack.
Same you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Do vous guère, monsieur?
Et vous aussi, vous plaisez avec you?
I hope you are, sir, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I encounter your niece. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
To taste your legs, sir, put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented.
Olivia and Mariah appear at the doorway.
Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
That use of rare courtier rains odors. Well.
My matter hath no voice, lady, but your own most pregnant and vouchsafed to you.
Ooh, odors, pregnant and vouchsafed. I'll get them all three ready.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing.
With knowing glances to one another, Toby and Mariah leave Viola and Olivia alone. Sir Andrew follows at first, then lingers at a distance to see what unfolds.
Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant was never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him, for his thoughts were they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
By your leave, I pray you, I bid you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I'd rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady!
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send after the last enchantment you did hear a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you, under the hard construction I must sit, to force that on you in shameful cunning which you know none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown a cypress, not a bosom hides my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
'Tis a degree to love.
No, not a grise, for 'tis vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then, methinks 'tis time to smile again. A world how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much better to fall before a lion than the wolf. The clock upbraids me with a waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. And yet, when your wit and youth has come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way to west. Then westward ho!
Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay. I prithee, tell me what you thinkest of me.
Then you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
I think you're right. I am not what I am.
How would you be as I would have you be?
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
What a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that mocker all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no clause. But rather reason thus, with reason fetter, love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall be mistress of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam. Never more will I see my master's tears deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now abhors to like his love.
Scene 2. Down the path, Sir Toby and Fabian are sharing a laugh as a frustrated Sir Andrew catches up with them and passes them by without slowing down.
No, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, give them thy reason.
Sir Toby stops him by the arm.
You must needs yield your reasons, Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than she ever bestowed on me. I saw it in the ocean.
Did she see thee the while, oh boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her toward you.
Slight! Will you make an ass of me?
Oh, I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a second.
She did show favor in the youth in your sight only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should have then accosted her, and with some excellent jests fire you from the mint. You should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was pulled. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle in a Dutchman's beard unless you do redeem it by some notable attempt, either of valor or policy.
Oh, and if be any way, it must be with valor. For policy I hate. I'd as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then, build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me, the Count's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself, there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge?
Go, write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou thou'st him some thrice, it shall not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie in thy sheet of paper, although the sheet were big enough for the bed of ware in England, set 'em down. Go about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink. Though thou write with a goose pen, no matter. About it!
Ah, where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo.
Sir Andrew exits a man on a mission.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I have been dear to him, lad, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
You'll never trust me then. And by all means, stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great passage of cruelty.
Mariah skips toward them, barely able to contain her excitement.
Look where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourselves into stitches, follow me. Yon Gull Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings!
And cross garter.
Most villainously, like a pedant that keeps a school in the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Oh, bring us where he is.
Scene 3. Antonio has caught up with Sebastian, and the two traveling companions arrive on the outskirts of Orsino's jurisdiction.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make a pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy, what might befall your travel, being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make, but thanks and ever. Oft good turns are shuffled off such uncurrent pay. But were my worth as my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir, best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once, in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys, I did song service, of such note indeed, that were I taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Be like you slew a great number of his people.
No, the offense is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might since have been answered in repaying what we took from them, which for traffic's sake most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It does not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse.
Antonio gives Sebastian all the money he has in a modestly sized pouch.
In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak your diet, while you beguile the time and feed your knowledge. With viewing of the town. There shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Happier I should light upon some toy you have desired to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle merchants, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
Scene 4. Olivia waits in her parlor, staring at the entry door. Meanwhile, Mariah, waiting with her, glances anxiously at the servant's entrance.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more often than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He is short-possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, but he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship best to have some guard about you. If he come, for sure, the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither.
Mariah, not needing to be told twice, leaves Olivia alone with us.
I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be.
Mariah returns with Malvolio. The man, wearing an unnatural grin, garish bright yellow stockings pulled up almost to the hip and cross-gartered with leather garters. He leans lasciviously on a sofa and gazes at Olivia.
How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady. Hello. Hello.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady. I could be sad. This does make some obstruction, these cross-gartering. But what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is pleased with me, as a very true sonnet is. Please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my night, but yellow in my legs. It did come to these hands, and command shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
Aye, sweetheart, I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request. Yes, Nightingale's answer does.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. What's well writ?
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great,
Huh?
some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commanded thy yellow stockings?
Yellow stockings!
And wish to see thee cross-gartered?
Cross-gartered.
Go to, thou art maid, if thou desires to be so.
I am maid.
If not, let me see their servant still.
Why, this is the very midsummer
A
madness.
servant enters, notices Malvolio, stifles an outburst of laughter, and then to Olivia says,
Madam, the young gentleman of Count Orsino's is returned. I can hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him.
the servant exits. Whose laughter now rings in the hall.
Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for half of my dowry.
Olivia exits in hasty concern, leaving Maria to savor the sweetness of her revenge behind Malvolio's back before following her lady off, leaving a proud Malvolio with us.
Oh, you come near me now. No worse than a man than Sir Toby to look for me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose that I may be stubborn to him, for she incites me that in a letter. Cast that humble slough? Be opposite with our kinsman, surly with the servants, put thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets down the matter how, as a sad face and reverent character, slow of tongue, and habit of some sir of note, and so forth. I have limed her, but it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. My everything adheres to the letter. Not one dram of scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous unsteep circumstance. But what can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospects of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Maria returns with Sir Toby and Fabian.
Which way is he? In the name of sanctity, if all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is, here he is. House with you, sir. House with you, man.
Go off, I discard you. Join my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did I not tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Does she so?
Go to, peace, we must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is it with you, man? What, man? Defy the devil. Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
What do you say?
Lie you and speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Harry has walked up to the wise woman.
Marian, it shall be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord!
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way, but gentleness, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why? How now, my bawcock? How dost thou, Chuck?
Sir,
I biddy, come with me. What, man, 'tis not for gravity to play a chariot with sing. Hang him, a foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
my prayers, minx.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. Your idle shallow things. I am not element. No more hereafter.
Malvolio leaves us, and once they're sure he's gone.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius had taken the invention of the device now.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance till our very pastime, tired out of breath, and prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. Proceed.
Sir Andrew charges in, registering the letter of challenge written to his rival for the love of Olivia.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. I warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
It's the saucy.
Oh, I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me.
Toby snatches the paper from Andrew.
Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief and to exceedingly good sense.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killst me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep in the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible. For it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent, sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Andrew toddles off to prepare for single combat.
Now will not I deliver this letter. For the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be one of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms him no less. Therefore this letter, being excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth. Set upon Aguecheek a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Olivia approaches, followed yet again by Viola.
Oh, here he comes with your niece. Let them give way, and then presently we'll after.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
Toby, Mariah, and Fabian head off.
I have set too much into a heart of stone and laid mine honor to uncherry out. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. And what shall you ask of me that I'll deny that honor saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
Oh, how with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
We'll come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Viola is barely out the door of Olivia's house when Sir Toby and Fabian stop the apparent young man in his tracks.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
That defense thou hast, but take thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be yar in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free, clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard. For your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier and uncarpeted consideration, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3. And his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady.
Viola backs toward the house.
I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that have put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Be like, this is a man of that cork.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire.
Viola turns for the house, but Sir Toby spins around.
You shall not enter the house unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety you might answer him. Therefore, on! Or strip your sword stark naked, for metal you must. That's certain. Or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is uncivil and strange. I beseech you. Do me this courteous office as to know of the night of my offense to him. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
Sir Toby heads across the orchard towards Sir Andrew, leaving Viola and Fabian to wait.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal abitement, but know nothing else of the matter.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Well, nothing in the wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valor. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite of anyone you could have found in any part of Olivia. Will you walk towards him? I'll make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. And one that I'd rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. Care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Meanwhile, across the orchard, Sir Toby counsels an anxious Sir Andrew.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a virago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck-in with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet hits the ground they step on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie.
Oh, pax on it! I'll not meddle with him!
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought he'd been valiant and so cunning in fence, I'd have seen a damned ere I should have challenged him. Let him the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here, make a good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you.
Sir Toby returns to where Viola and Fabian wait and takes Fabian aside.
I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him in pants, and looks pale, as if a bear were at his heels.
They return then to Viola.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Marry, he hath better bethought him of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore, draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Get ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew. There's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot but by the duello avoid it. But he has promised me that as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on.
Thank God
Do
to keep his oath.
Sir Andrew draws his sword. Viola draws hers. The two reluctant combatants approach each other as slowly as possible, blades shaking in their hands. From out of nowhere, Antonio charges in, sword drawn. He plants himself in the middle of the duel, defending Viola, his blade leveled at Sir Andrew.
Put up your sword! If this young gentleman hath done offense, I take the fall on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Sir Toby draws his sword, positions himself, his back to Sir Andrew. His sword crosses Antonio's.
Oh, good. Sir Toby, hold. Here come the officers.
Two officers of the law approach with haste.
I'll be with you. No,
Hey, sir, put your sword up if you please.
Sir Andrew and Viola both put up their swords.
Marry, sir, marry will I, sir, and that I promise you I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
Viola has no idea what he's talking about, but nods. The first officer points out Antonio.
This is the man! To your office!
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
They take his sword, lay hands on him, pinning his arms back.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no, John. I know your favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey.
He turns to Viola.
This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it.
The officer pulls Antonio away, but he pulls back to Viola.
What will you do? Now my necessity makes me ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something my having is not much, so I'd like to mention up my present with you, and it holds your top my coffer.
She offers half of what she has, only a few coins.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it may be so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying vainness, bowing drunkenness, or any tainted vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail
Oh, heavens themselves! Come, sir, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such a sanctity of love, and to his image which me thought to promise most venerable work that I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by.
But
Away.
oh, how vile and idle proves his God! Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature, there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trucks, o'erflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with him. Come away.
Lead me on.
The officers lead Antonio away.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, prove true. I, dear brother, now retain for you.
Come hither, knight, come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper o'er a couple or two of most sage songs.
They give her the stage.
He names Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother. And he went, still in this fashion, color or ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, it proved true, tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
Viola springs off, observed by Sir Toby, Fabian, and Andrew.
A very dishonest poultry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him, and for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious int.
Sit! I'll after him again and beat him.
Do. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
I do not.
Sir Andrew trails off as he pursues Viola.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing.
They follow him. Into Act 3. 2-minute break.
sent for you?
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well, held out of faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. Nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou know'st not me.
Vent my folly. He has heard that word of some great man and applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I'm afraid this great love of the world will really clog me. I prithee now, unbird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee.
Sebastian tosses a tip to Festi, who catches it, surprised to now be tipped 3 times by the same boy.
If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men, they give fools money to get themselves a good report at 14 years purchase.
Toby, Andrew, and Fabian arrive in pursuit of Cesario, now thinking that they've found him.
Now, sir, have I met thee again? There's for you.
Toby slaps Sebastian across the face. Sebastian is stunned, but a moment, then launches into a return attack, beating Sir Andrew.
There's for thee,
Oh.
and there are all the people mad!
Sebastian draws his dagger, raises it to strike, but it's plucked from him by Sir Toby.
Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger o'er the house.
This will I tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your modes for 2 pence.
Festi takes off running for the house. Sir Toby throws the dagger away and grabs hold of Sebastian before Sebastian can draw his sword.
Come on, sir, hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him if there be any law in Illyria. Though I struck him first, though it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well fleshed. Come on.
I will be free from thee.
Sebastian pulls free and cranes his sword on both of them.
What wouldst thou now? If thou tempt'st me further, draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then, I must have an ounce or 2 of this malapert blood from you.
Sir Toby draws and is poised to pounce when Olivia throws herself between them.
Hold, Toby, on thy life I charge thee, hold!
Madam.
Will it ever be thus, gracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners never preached? Out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rusby, be gone!
They exit.
I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, and now thereby may smilest at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny the shrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Am I mad, or else this is a dream? Let fancy still my senses in the leafy steep. If be thus to dream, let me sleep.
Babe, come, I prithee. Oh, wouldst thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
So be.
Scene 2. In a neglected part of Olivia's estate sits a shack with no windows and a lock on the outside of the door. Mariah brings Festi to the place and hands him a bundle containing a church parson's gown and a fake beard.
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topas the curate. Do it, quickly! I'll call Sir Toby while the whilst.
Mariah heads off, leaving Festi to put on his disguise.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it, and I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. But I am not tall enough to become dysfunction well, nor lean enough to be full of good stew, but to be said an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar.
Mariah returned with Sir Toby, finding Feste now dressed as a holy man.
Jove bless thee, Master Possum.
Always dear Sir Toby, for as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink, very little he said to his niece, King Border. But he is, so I need Master Parson and Master Parson, for what is that but that, and
To him, Sir Thomas.
Feste approaches the locked and windowless shack.
What ho, say I? Peace in this prison.
The knave counterfeits well, the knave.
From inside the shack.
Who calls there?
Sir Thomas the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Thomas. Oh, good Sir Thomas, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man! Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Possum.
Sir Thomas, never was a man this wrong. Good Sir Thomas, do not think I'm mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Boy, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Thomas.
Boy, it hath bay windows as transparent as barracudas, and the clear stories toward the south-north are as lustrous as ebony, and yet complainest thou of obstruction.
I am not mad, Sir Thomas. I say to you this house is dark.
My man, thou errest! I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fall.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance was dark as hell. I say there never was a man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make trial of it, in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandam might haply inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, in no way approve of his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras ere I will allow of thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou despise the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Thomas! Sir Thomas!
My most exquisite Sir Thomas.
Damn for all waters.
Thou might have done this without thy bearded gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so far in offense with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Mariah and Sir Toby leave Feste alone with the shack and its inhabitant.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. My lady is unkind, purdy.
Fool!
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say!
She loves an... Who calls, huh?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand. Help me to a candle, and pen, and ink, and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful for the turret.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, there never was a man so notoriously a fool, abused. I am as well at my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, then you're a man indeed, if you be no better than in your wits than a fool.
They have proper to me. Keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses. They do all this to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister's here. Malvolio! Malvolio! Thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble-babble.
Sir Thomas!
Maintain no words with him, good
Fool, I say.
Sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am sent for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well, a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am, good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of a letter did.
I will help you to it, but tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or do you count?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never live madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite thee in the highest degree. I pray thee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again.
Scene 3. A balcony off one of Olivia's upper floors. Sebastian, with a new glow about him, steps into the sun, his shirt half undone. He holds a large pearl, admiring it and the paradise around him.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where is Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad! Or else the lady's mad. Yet if that were so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Olivia steps out onto the balcony. Behind her, a priest.
Lay not this haste of mine. If you will well, go with me and this holy man here to the chantry by. There before him and under that consecrated roof plight me with the full assurance of your faith that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live in peace. He shall conceal it whilst you were willing it shall come to know what time our celebration will keep according to my birth. What do you say? I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth ever will be true. Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
End of Act 4. Act 5. The courtyard outside Olivia's house. Fabian follows Festi, trying to steal away the letter that Festi carries.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good, Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything?
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense desire my dog again.
The Duke Orsino approaches, Viola at his side, followed by a small crowd of attendants, marching toward Olivia's house. He calls ahead to Festi and Fabian.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Festi turns to face him.
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly I am an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself. And by my friends I am abused, so that conclusions be as kisses. If your 4 negatives make you 2 affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends, the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no. Though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
Orsino tosses Festi a tip, which he catches, but keeps his hand out.
But that it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Tips him again, and Festi leaves out his hand.
Primo secundo tertio is a good play. And the old saying is, the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tipping measure, or the bells of St. Bennet, sir, may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool me no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let the lady know that I am here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Festi heads for the house, and Viola spots the approach of the officers with Antonio in tow.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
Orsino sees Antonio.
Oh, that face I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared, as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A baubling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk unprizable, with which such scathful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet. That very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her freight from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, and pride of brabble, did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not was but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was, his life I gave him, and did thereto add my love without retention or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure, for his love, into the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing, while one would wink. Denied me my own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before. How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Approaching from the house, Olivia and her crowd of attendants.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months, this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario, good my lord?
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the same old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What to perverseness, you uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings, hath breathed out that ere devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even what it please, my lord, that shall become him.
What? Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly, but hear me this, that sometimes, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from thy true place in your favor. Live the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom, by heaven I swear, I tender dearly, him I will tear out that cruel eye. Come, boy, with me, thy thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I most jocund, apt, and willing to do you rest. 1,000 deaths would die.
Cesario's surprising willingness to die gives Orsino only slight pause before the Count begins the slow show of leading the servant to his death.
Where goes Cesario? After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife. If I do feign you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love. I mean to test it. How am I beguiled?
Viola breaks away, confronts Olivia.
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong? Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away, and heads for the church.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
Aye, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah?
No, my lord, not I. Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as thou fearest.
The attendant returns with the priest.
Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what now occasion now reveals, before 'tis right, what thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact, sealed in my function, by my testimony, since when my watch have told me towards my grave, I have traveled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own ship shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest. Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
Sir Andrew enters, not seeing Viola, as part of his shirt is ripped off and pressed to his head as a bandage.
Oh, for the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
Oh, he has broke my head across, and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help! I had rather 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario?
Slicelings, here he is. Oh, you broke my head for nothing, and that it did. I was set on to do by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespake you fair, and I hurt you not.
Yes, a bloody coxcomb be I heard. You have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb.
Sir Toby limps onto the scene with another piece of Sir Andrew's shirt pressed to his own bleeding head, and Festy close behind.
Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But had he not been in drink, he would have tickled you othergits that he did.
How now, gentlemen? How's it with you?
This old one has hurt me, and there's the end on it. No, I saw it. Did see Dick Surgeon. Saw it.
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour agone, his eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Well, then he's a rogue. A passing measures pavane. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with you! How would made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead and a coxcomb and a knave? thin-faced knave a Gaul!
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
Vesti and Fabian support Sir Toby off toward the house, but Sir Andrew lags behind, considers his life for a moment, and then goes off in the other direction. Sebastian charges in, makes a beeline to Olivia, and failing to see Viola is double, but everyone else sees it and are stunned.
I am sorry, madam, I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive I have offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit in two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Sebastian looks around, finally locking eyes with Antonio.
Antonio! Oh, my dear Antonio! How have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Fear'st thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
How wonderful.
Sebastian turns and sees Viola, a mirror with no glass.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countrymen, what name, what parentage?
Of Mezzalene. Sebastian was my father, such as Sebastian was my brother too. So when she's suited to his watery tomb, spirits can assume both form, and so you come to frighten us.
I am a spirit indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day that when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
Nothing less to make us happy both, but this my masculine served attire. Do not embrace me until each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump. I am Viola, which, to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since have been between this lady and this lord.
Ha! So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love a woman like to me.
And all those things will I overswear. Those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orbs continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He, upon some action, is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, as a gentleman and follower of my lady's. He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract.
Vesti returns, Malvolio's letter in hand.
A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stave's end as well as a man in his case may do. Has here written a letter to you. I should have given it to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospel, so it skills not much when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then, to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam!
How now art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow Vox.
Prithee, read it in thy right wit.
So I do, Madonna, but to read his right wit is to read thus. Therefore, prepare my princess and give ear.
Olivia plucks the letter from Vesti's hand and gives it instead to Fabian.
Read it you, Sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to this semblance, that I put on, which no doubt but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of and speak out of my injury at the madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
It savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither.
Fabian takes off from Malvolio's shack.
My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Fabian returns with a bedraggled Malvolio, his clothing sullied, yellow stockings now bunched around his ankles.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio?
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Rip from it if you can in hand or phrase, or say it is not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Look, granted then, and tell me in the modesty of honor, why have you given me such clear lights of favor? Bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you to put on yellow stockings to front of Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting this in an obedient hope, you have suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geek and gull that ever ventured played on. Tell me why?
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess much like your character, but out of question 'tis Mariah's hand. Now I do bethink me it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling and in such forms where here were predisposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come take the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at, in hope that it shall not, most freely I confess. Myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a spoonful malice it was followed may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude. One Sir Thomas, sir? What? That's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And thus the whirligig of time brings his revenge.
I'll be revenged on you! On the whole lot of you!
He turns to make his glorious exit and stumbles on his yellow stockings along the way.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
For pursue him and entreat him to a peace.
A couple servants sigh and pursue him.
He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and the golden time convince, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come. For so shall you be, while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress, and his fancy's queen.
When that I was a little boy with a halo, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy for the rain. It raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate with a halo, the wind and the rain, against slaves and thieves men shut their gates, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came alas to wife with a halo, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came unto my bed with a halo, the wind and the rain, with toss pots still and drunk and for the rain it raineth every day. A great while ago the world began with a halo, the wind and the rain. But that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day. And we'll strive to please you every day.